right here we have the Corsair H100i. I'll be using this to cool my new processor that is on its way here. Hopefully it'll be here tomorrow. It's supposed to be here today, but they seem to have misshipped my shipment or something. And the tracking number doesn't say anything, and it should have been here. But anyways, this showed up. This is a newer one. I believe this was released in November of last year to replace the regular H100. This one has some changes to it. It has bigger hosing, and the water block here has been changed as well, the copper block. And there is an RGB inside of there that you can change to pretty much any color you choose, being it is an RGB with the Corsair Link software, which also allows you to set up fan profiles and lots of system monitoring and things like that. This pretty much fits any modern computer, Intel or AMD, sockets 1155, 56, 1366, 2011, and AMD FM1, FM2, AM2, and AM3. And they just give you a whole bunch more information on the box as well, and some small fine print. This is a dual 120mm radiator. It is 120 by 120 by, or excuse me, the fans are 120 by 120 millimeters, and they are 25 millimeters thick, which is standard. And they are 2700 RPMs. They are 77 cubic feet per minute. And for static pressure, these are a static pressure fan. They are 4 mm-H2O, whatever that means. The fan noise level at full speed is 37.6 decibels. And the actual, the dimensions of the radiator are 122 millimeters by 275, and it is 27 millimeters thick. And let's get her open. Figure it out here. There we go. And here we have our owner's manual. And it says, stop, do not return to the store if you have problems. And I think just a little product brochure from Corsair, as long as a little warranty card as well. And inside we find a lot of stuff in here. To start, we have our Corsair Link packaging right here. How that works is it actually connects to an internal USB 2 header on your motherboard. Here we have a bag of mounting screws, and there are some pretty large thumb screws in there as well. Here we have our mounting brackets. This would be the AMD bracket to go in AMD's bracket. And the other one would be for your Intel sockets, where they mount right through the board. I will be using the AMD one. Here we have one of the fans and the second fan. They are just black and gray, which they will match my case nicely, pretty much because everything is black. So they should look great. And the last thing would be the cooler itself, the radiator and the water block and the hosing. It is all attached. It is pre-filled and everything from the factory. This is a all-in-one cooling kit. Get out of there. And they have it all wrapped up nice. packaging. Alright, well here is our water block. It is a copper block and it has a nice pad of thermal paste on there. I'm not sure what it actually is off chance, but I will be replacing it anyways with my own. I ordered some Arctic MX4, so that will be coming off of there. The fans do, or not the fans, the hoses do rotate on there, so you can spin them around, kind of like a pivot joint there. And it is a nice thick solid rubber feeling hose, which is one of the changes they made over the first generation. It had more of a like a rigid plastic type looking thing, and the diameter wasn't as thick either, so this does allow for slightly more flow. And on the side of our pump we have our Corsair Link hookup, which does do the fans as well. Oh, excuse me. That one is for the fans, the two there, I'm thinking. And that one over there would be the Corsair Link, I believe. And there's also a plug on the side here, a cap, so you could drain it. But it is perfectly sealed, you shouldn't have to worry about it, and there is a 5-year warranty on it, so it should last for at least 5 years. And the power connection is a SATA power connection, which pretty much anybody should have nowadays. If you don't, you're probably doing something wrong. And a 3-pin connector here, that is to plug this into your motherboard CPU fan header. If you do not plug this in, your motherboard will give you an error saying CPU fan failure. This just tells it on the RPM saying that, hey, there is a fan there, it is working, don't worry. We're not going to overheat and blow up. But that is the radiator there. That is the Dual 120. It is 27 millimeters thick, and it's nothing real thick. And the fins are not really too densely populated. They look like there's some pretty good spacing in between there, so you don't need a ton of airflow to get proper cooling out of it. And I believe those are your standard 15 millimeter spacing in between your fans, 15, because that is a standard on 120. I know on 140 they haven't come across a standard yet. You'll find two different sizes, I believe. It'll either be 15 or 20 millimeter spacing. But being this is a 120, it is a standard, so it will pretty much fit in any case that has mounting for 240 millimeter radiator. But that should about cover it. That will be installed in the NZXT Switch 810, and I got the black one, and that'll fit up there nicely on top. Alrighty, thanks for watching.